What is going on, everybody? It's Complexity, and I'm back with some more Police Watch. Today, we are taking a look at some body cam footage that happened after a school called 911 when a kid showed up with visible bruises. Now, nobody likes any sort of, physical assault or domestic abuse or anything like that, especially against children. But I do have to say that watching these like police cams and documentaries and stuff like that, they're entertaining. They're very, I think it's mainly because they like it's the breakdown of how things you see these stories form essentially. But let's go ahead, let's check this out. Let's see what we can find out with this Police Watch. Link to the video in the description below.
Officers responded to a report of suspected child abuse involving the disciplining of a child, but when officers attempted to question the father, the situation quickly escalated.
Christian, come on, we're just gonna talk to you, man. We just gotta talk to you. Huh? Don't make this worse than it needs to be, dude.
I don't want to talk to you, bro.
Well, it doesn't matter now. You made this worse.
How?
By whatever happened with her.
We came to the car. She's the
Child
one
needs to be
pushing you,
taken
bro.
into protective custody.
She's the one pushing
Be
you.
fine and
I
review
didn't touch you. I
based
kept
on
on walking.
DCFS investigation.
I'm pushing you.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna be honest. The best thing to do, even if you're angry, right, is to comply in this situation for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, if you're innocent of the charges, if you're innocent of abuse or whatever it is that you're being accused of, the best thing for you to do would be to comply to a reasonable degree, of course, because once a mandatory report is made, especially about like a child getting abused by and a school reports it, that it doesn't just go away. You can't just be like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, and it never happens. Eventually, child services does get called into it, and you could be facing a massive headache and rumors. And as bad as it, and embarrassing as it would be, an investigation that proves you're innocent is much better than an investigation that just doesn't happen and everybody has their own belief as to what's going on.
When I told him that he was detained based on the investigation, he started pushing and shoving me to get past, accusing me of putting my hands on him when I only stepped in his path, and then continued to try to leave with the...
Christian. Hey. Christian, we gotta talk to you guys, okay? I know. I want to talk to you, not her. You don't have to talk to this officer. I will talk to you. We talk.
Well, she's saying that he already put hands on her, so that's an arrestable offense enough as it is.
Talked before. Let's work this out. You're gonna make this way worse. You're gonna get your kid taken away.
That is possible.
Talk this out, man.
What's your name? Lisa? Lisa?
Hey, Jess.
Yeah?
Can you just go by my car, let Stephanie talk?
You're making this exponentially worse for your kids.
Just talk to this officer.
And see, that's the type of an officer that needs to get gone. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they most definitely, are making it worse for their kids, but you're not going to, an officer's job isn't to go ahead and pass judgment, right? Which is difficult. As humans, we judge every single day, every single moment we judge. But at the same time, let's say that these two parents are beating on their kid, right? And you've confronted them, you've talked down to them, you're obviously visibly and audibly judging them. Who's to say that if they are hurting their children, that they won't go and take out their anger on them when it's directed at you as an officer? Because we can't hit officers. Obviously we can't hate kids either, but still it's more, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, I get it. You get frustrated, and to a point, somebody needs to know, like somebody needs to hear the hard reality. But if this is the beginning stages of an investigation, you're alienating yourself as being somebody that they could talk to.
You can talk to her and we'll figure this out. Huh? It doesn't, we have to talk now. Christian, we have to talk. We can't just leave now. We can't just leave. Based on what happened, we got to figure this out.
And that's why I said cooperating to a reasonable degree is necessary. Once there's a call like this, they're on your ass.
You have spikes in your car? Block the exit. Come on out.
Even after a long wait, officers refuse to give up. Eventually, the father realizes there's no option but to comply. But during the investigation, officers uncover the reality. This wasn't just about pushing an officer. The situation was far more serious.
I was saying just block the exit for them. Come on out. Just come out, Christian.
She's coming. The case car, she's coming right here.
Okay, then come out. Just come on out. Just come out, man.
Step away from
Yeah,
the
man.
car.
I'm not. You know I'm cool with you. I'm not gonna rip you out of the car unless you're gonna make me. Okay, come on. I don't want to break your window. Just come on. Let me pay you down for weapons. All right. We gotta figure this out, obviously. Did you push the officer?
No, I did it. She went like this. I was like, don't, no. I was like, I'm walking. I was like, she didn't even tell me I was detained until I came all the way over here.
Okay.
But I did not push. I didn't go like this or anything. I was like, I'm walking to my car. I said, I was like, I don't want you to put your hands on me.
I understand that.
That's
I
it.
understand your stance. But when an officer gives you an order, whether you believe it lawful or not, you got to listen to it. You know what I mean? The next thing.
Which is why I say within reason. I hate that that's like a thing. Like, just because an officer is telling you to do something, then even if you don't believe it's a lawful order, you still have to listen. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if a police officer believes they're giving you a lawful order to commit murder, you still have to go ahead and do it or face being arrested? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Step is I'm going to break your window, and I don't want to do that. That's going to scare your daughter. We don't want to do that, all right? So you're going to have to come back to the station and talk to us about what's going on, all right? Just go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Can we wait until the caseworker comes?
We'll talk at the station. We're not at that point. You created the situation. You know that, man. I'm always cool with you. But the more you make things like worse like this, it's gonna bite you in the butt. They're gonna watch the video, the caseworker, and be like, he's out of control.
I'm out of control. Just walking away.
I know, but that's what they're gonna say. You know what I mean?
Walking away, bro.
You're clearly you're on a case right now. You got the monitor. They're just listen to me.
Oh, he's got an ankle monitor on him too. Yeah, you're not doing yourself any favors, man. And it does seem like English is his second language as well, so that could be another thing. But it's so difficult because there are more good cops than there are bad cops, but because there are bad cops, it makes everybody untrusting of the good cops or of just people who are trying to do their daily routines as a cop. So it makes it harder and harder on people who actually want to do good within the system because of those fewer bad apples. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, there's only like 5 bad cops in the entire all of America or something like that, or all of the world. No, of course not. We know it's hundreds, if not thousands, just based off of the numbers.
You got to control your emotions. All right. I understand your daughter's here, and it's a passionate topic, but you got to control yourself. All right. So we're gonna talk at the station. All right. Separate people. What are you on monitoring for? Alcohol.
DUI.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's take a minute. We'll put it in squad 8.
Okay.
Hey, Sanchez, can you get my phone, please?
Man, and it's hard too because I have no idea what I would do in this situation if I was being accused of abusing my child or suspected of it. And that's the other part about it too, right? Where you have like these types of cops that are so, like the female officer, right? Like she was just so above herself. Hold on. I think that was that the same one that was talking. Yeah, it was. So this one right here, the one that we see in the mirror, she's the same one who's standing like big hostile.
Came all the way over here.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna break your window.
Like this right here. She look at, like, you could just see her face, like she's just staring him down, angry as hell with this guy, probably ego shattered because he just walked right past her and there wasn't anything she could do about it, feeling completely disrespected. And then when he tells her like, oh, I didn't push you, she's like, I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
You know I didn't put my hands on you. You know that.
Yeah, he says, you know, I didn't put my hands on you. She's like, I'm not gonna argue with you about that. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. I'm a police officer. What I say goes. Like that's that's the type of correction that the police officers need. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
What's over there for me?
And they always want you sitting away
We'll talk,
from the door,
just because
so you
were
can't make
arrested,
a quick
though, I gotta read you
escape.
your rights. Let me know if you understand it. If you don't understand them, I'll read them back to you.
And it's also an interrogation like method to cut, like they're cutting off your path to escape, essentially.
I'll give you a chance to read them if you want, and then if you want to sign it, you can sign it. If you don't want to sign it, you don't want to sign it. It's up to you. All right? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before you answer any questions or make any statement and have a lawyer present during questioning. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before questioning at any time during questioning desire. Do you want to sign this at all? No. That's fine.
Why am I being arrested for?
1 sec. So, from what I heard is, you pushed...
I did not push no one.
You pushed Sexton?
I didn't.
No?
I was like this. You could see it on the dash cam.
Okay.
I was like this the whole time. My hands were up.
Prior to...
I did not. I swear to God, I did not.
Wait a minute. Okay, so this is actually interesting because he said, what am I being arrested for? The guy started out by saying, apparently you pushed this. Like, okay, hold on. I thought this whole investigation should started because my child came to school with some bruises. Are you investigating that, or am I being arrested for supposedly assaulting a police officer? Because if I'm being arrested for assaulting a police officer, then get me a lawyer. Let's just wait on the body cam then. I'm done talking.
Pushed her.
Okay.
I was just walking away, and I told her. I was
Like, I know you can be charged with two different things or investigated for two different things, but still.
like, please, I'm walking away. Do not put your hands on me.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one going like this to me.
Okay.
I did not went like this.
Did you push her back after she pushed you at all, anything like that?
Nope. My hands were never like this.
Okay.
I was either like this or like this. Don't touch my kid or don't touch my wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I never went like this. I was just like this or like this.
Okay.
I never pushed her.
Okay.
You can check on the dash camera before you give me those charges, bro.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
I was just letting you know.
Okay.
I did. You can see on the dash cam. I even told her my hands are up. I'm not pushing you. My hands are up. I wasn't pushing her.
Okay. Did you like?
I wasn't.
Did you like not let her move or like kind of like restrict her movements at all?
She was not.
She restricted your movements?
Yeah, and I was like, and she didn't even tell me I was detained.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me.
Okay.
I walked all around the school, and she didn't tell me I was detained.
Okay. Where were you guys? Were you guys in front of the school?
In the front of the school, and went around, and then we're around.
Like where the buses pick you up?
And then she's like, oh, you detained, and I asked her for what? And she didn't want to tell me for anything. I was like, if you're not going to tell me for why I'm detained, then I'm gonna go to my car. Like, if the DCF wants to come and take my kid, come to my car. I'm like, I'll wait in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to go nowhere. I can't even drive.
Yeah.
I was just going to go wait inside my car.
Why did you go to the school?
To go pick up my daughter. They said that they got a report saying something. And yes.
You know, so that's the thing too. If she's not even letting him, like, if she's not even explaining to him why he's detained, if she's not going to tell him why he's detained, then you have to have, you know, an articulable reason and suspicion that they committed a crime in order to detain or arrest somebody. So if you can't come up with a reason, if you can't tell me, then fuck you, I'm gone.
Yesterday, when I picked her from school, they were like, oh, she stole something from the book fair. She called me a bad word. And I was like, I'm going to put houses on your tongue so you stop saying bad words. And I grabbed a little bit of houses and I put it on her tongue.
Okay.
And she was crying. I was like, you going to stop saying bad words? And she's like, yeah.
Okay.
And then she said something again.
Normal Hispanic parenting.
I already talked to you. I already took your phone away. I didn't get you no tablet. I was like, you still do not listen. I was like, what you want me to do? I was like, you want me to tell you how my mom, like, raised me when I was little? Mm-hmm. I was like, my mom used to with the cable, with the hangers. I was like, I don't want to do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that to you. I was like, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, I don't care. And then
Okay.
That's it.
How many times?
Like once.
Just one time in the butt.
Yeah, but not hurt.
Okay.
And corporal punishment isn't against the law in most states, in a fair amount of states, I should say.
What did DCFS say? Because like I said, I don't know.
I don't know what they say, bro. But I swear to God, you gotta check your camera, bro. I did not push your officer.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Jessica about that. We'll check the camera and everything, and then we'll go from there.
I did say you're not taking my kid away.
Yeah.
So how you gonna react in a situation like that when say, oh, we gotta take the kid away?
Right. No, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah.
So I understand.
You know, like I did not push the officer, bro.
Mhm.
If I would have pushed it, I would have put it down to the ground.
Right. No, I agree. So DCFS. So who told you that the kids were being taken?
The lady said, oh, your kids were taken into custody.
The DCFS said that?
No, the officer.
Oh, okay.
And then
and
then when
Well, if first of all, the kids can't be taken into custody until like DCFS gets there, and an investigation happens too. If I'm not mistaken, like unless there's a direct, what's the word? I believe like unless there's like a direct investigation launched in all of that, or like a direct accusation made, like the kids can't be taken. I don't know how the fuck that works, but that I will say that is like the more damning side of mandatory reporting. Like a kid could get a bruise, and because they're like 5 and don't even know how to explain how they got it or say or anything of that nature, you know, an investigation can definitely be an embarrassing ass thing. But so far, we haven't had, like, we don't even know where the kid got hurt. He's offering up saying, you know, I spanked her on the butt or whatever. They could have seen a bruise on her arm, you know, for all we know. This is why it's very important to get a lawyer, even if it's a court appointed lawyer, like, and it is a shitty lawyer and all that. It's still very important because you could end up giving up criminal information on yourself when all you're trying to do is explain and talk and give your side of the story.
I told her, I was like, but the school's supposed to call us. I was like, they didn't even call us or tell us anything. And then I was like, okay, you dismissed. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. And we're leaving. And she's like, oh, you're not leaving. She, you know, like she was putting her hands on me. I told her, I was like, do not put your hands on me. I was like, don't put your hands on me.
Did you like move her hands off you at all or anything like that?
I only went like that.
I'm just saying, natural reaction. If someone puts their hands on me, I'm gonna just wipe their hands away.
I didn't push her. I didn't do anything. I was just like this. I was like, you can even see on the camera. I'm just walking. I was like, I got my hands up. I was like, I didn't push it. Of course, you know, if I would have pushed it, you know, I would have put it down to the floor. But
no, I agree. No, I know.
I was just trying to get to my car, bro. Wait.
And see, that's the other thing. Like, a cop will ask you the same question a million times to see if you say it even slightly differently the next time, right? Like, their entire job is to find inconsistencies. However, when you say something over and over and over again and you get worn down or you're frustrated or you're mad, you're upset, you're sad, whatever it is, eventually you might remember things differently. You might change your story. You might leave something out one time. You might add something the next time. That's why it's always like, if you're going to speak, if you're going to say something, then it's always good to just be like, I already answered that. You have my answer. Like, my answer is recorded. You have my answer. I gave you my answer. Or to just not say anything whatsoever, because, you know, he keeps on asking him, so you never pushed her, you never touched her, you know, well, did you do this? Did you maybe put your hands on her hands? Because he didn't ask that the first time. He's like, in any way, shape, or form, did you put your hands on her? Did you, like, he keeps on asking him to see if maybe his story changes just enough to where they could be like, okay, well, that could be considered, you know, assault on a police officer.
There for the caseworker to get there and see if they want to take the baby, or we're going to give it to the caseworker, not to the police, because, you know, the baby was scared.
Right. And they wanted to take the kids because of what happened last night?
I think so.
Okay.
Thanks for cooperating, man.
Bro,
I know.
Can I talk to you, bro?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I did not push your officer, bro.
Dude,
yeah,
I didn't see shit, so it's whatever she says versus what you say, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, I'm a court. Can you guys please check the camera so you can see so you can see that because those charges, bro, I swear to God, I did not push her, bro.
All I can say is whatever happened today, like I said, you gotta control your emotions, man. You let yourself get too hyped.
And the thing that's annoying about it too is that it could take a while for that camera footage to be processed, and the entire time that it's taking for it to be processed, for it to be entered into evidence and to be looked at, this dude could be spending that time in jail, or especially if he can't afford a bond.
Bro, how you want me to
I got it.
Hey, but I didn't push her, bro. Like, I didn't go nothing like that.
Listen. It's not, even if your kid gets taken away for a little bit for protected, it's not permanent. It only becomes permanent if you act a fool and you're showing yourself as a risk to this kid. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to take your kid away. Quite honestly, there's so many kids in this world that don't have fathers. You know. So.
You gotta help me out, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure it out.
I didn't push her, bro.
So, let's just go back to yesterday. What'd she steal?
I don't know. The school said she stole stuff from the book.
Did they get it back?
I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know if it's at home or not?
I think the school took it.
Okay.
Because the principal was the one that told me.
Okay. Yeah. So principal told you, and then they come home.
And mom told me about it, and then I told her, hey, why did I tell you about taking stuff?
So, hold on one sec. So, it happened during school?
Yeah.
And then the principal, was it like during pickup or something that you found out about it from the principal? Or did they call it? They called. So you went and picked up the kids? Mm-hmm. What time did the kids get
like
picked up?
2:40.
All the little bleeps you're hearing is, or I guess technically not hearing. If you're hearing cuts in audio, it's not me. It's them bleeping out the names. Just so anybody out there who thinks they might be going crazy.
They called. So you went and picked up the kids. Mm-hmm. What time did the kids get
like
picked up?
2:45.
2:45. So they get picked up at 2:45, and then your wife brings the kids home, and then you were home. Mm-hmm. What happened after that?
I asked her, I was like, you stealing stuff? And she's like, because you don't give me any money. I was like, why don't we give you any money? I was like, last time I gave you money, I was like, you bought some. I was like, but why didn't I give you money this time? Mm-hmm. And she didn't say nothing. And then I was like, because you being bad. I was like, you don't listen. And I tell you to do stuff and do good in school, and you don't listen. And she's just like this. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, why did you tell the principal why you stole it? And she's like, oh, I told her because I told him that you were a brokey. And I was like, what the hell? Like, why you saying stuff like that? Like, you already know the reason why we don't give you money. And then
she said that her dad was a brokey. You know what? Maybe the child was in need of an ass kick. You know, maybe a good little, just a little, or a little, you know, just a little, maybe a little, That's crazy. Okay, so the kid's starting to sound more like a teenager, or like, because you're asking for money. Money is usually around like teens when they get like an allowance or something. But damn, man, she told it. I mean, he could be making all of this up. I have no idea. It doesn't really seem like it would be something that a person like him would make up. But that is vicious, man. Kids are evil.
She said something to her mom. I forgot what I think he said, you a dummy or something like that. And then I was like, let's go to the kitchen. So we went to the kitchen. I grabbed a little bit of hot sauce. I was like, I'm going to put hot sauce in your mouth so you start saying bow. Mm-hmm. So I put it. And then before that, she was crying because she didn't want the hot sauce in her mouth. But it was just a little bit.
So did she walk to the kitchen on her own, or did you pull her into the kitchen?
No, I grabbed her hand and she was following me, but I didn't pull her.
Okay, so you just guided her into the kitchen? Okay. Yeah. So you guys went in the kitchen and then you got the hot sauce?
Mm-hmm.
And see, again, he's giving all of this information. He's talking about putting a hot sauce on her, taking her phone away, like giving them like, oh, he was called a brokey. She's acting out. She's doing this. These are all reasons that they would use against him as to why he would hurt his child. And they haven't even told him like where the marks were seen on the kid. So he could be talking about the hot sauce. He could talk about spanking. He could be talking about doing all of this stuff. And again, they see a bruise on her arm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and how much hot sauce did you put on her
tongue? Like a little drop.
Okay, that's it. Just a little bit, not like a whole gallon of it.
No, the hot sauce is like this small.
Did you take it and like pour it like this, or you put it on your finger and then you put it in her? Okay, how far did you stick your finger in her mouth? Okay, and then what happened after that?
Nothing. She was just there, and she's like, can I have water? I was like, no. I was like, you're gonna keep on saying bad words. And she's like,
okay, so she asked for water because it was her mouth was hot. Okay, and then you said no.
Yeah, and I told her no.
Okay. And then, keep going, sorry.
And then that's it. Then I just told her, I was like, I listen. She's like, yeah, I will listen. I was like, okay.
Why you just don't talk to cops, man?
But before.
Again, I can understand that, like, it's an investigation for abuse and all that, but what's to say that he couldn't, be completely innocent of this, and what actually happened is that the child fell down during recess or some shit, or got into a fight that nobody knew about, you know what I'm saying? And now he's just making himself look like the prime candidate.
For that, I told
Lawyer.
him, like, I just went, not hard, I just went like this. I was like over there, like right here.
Okay.
Right here.
So like kind of like upper, lower back, upper butt, kind of.
Yeah.
Did you like the butt cheek, or was it kind of more like the back fat area? Okay, so like kind of like, okay.
I was like over there. I was like, you better stop.
How hard did you?
Like this.
Okay. Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
To like 2.
Okay.
I don't really like.
Yeah.
So I used to get beat up when I was little. So I don't really like hitting them.
So after you what happened?
Nothing. She was just in a room. My left to therapy. I was there cooking. I asked her if she was hungry. Then I cooked some rice, some boiled eggs, some chicken, roasted peppers with tomatoes, and then I served and she was eating. That's it. And then she was playing. Then the DCFS lady came and knocked on the door. And she's like, oh, how you guys doing? And I was like, oh, good. I was like, all the babies are not here. She's like, okay, then I'll come back tomorrow at 4:30. So she was going to come today at 4:30. That's it.
Okay, so they already have a DCFS worker on the case, which means that I would imagine the reason DCFS is there, for those of you who don't know, is the Department of Children and Family Services. Okay, so if he has an ankle monitor on for drinking, it was probably some sort of a DUI situation, and that's why DCFS is already has a case open with him, because they have multiple kids there in the house, and they're trying to see if he they have to be sure that they're in healthy living conditions if he has a case for intoxication, some sort of public intoxication.
Okay. During the event of the hot sauce, and was she all? Like, was her mouth, face, nose, anything like that? No. Okay.
I don't see no.
You didn't see any. Did she complain about or anything like that? No. Okay. So you can't drink anymore? When was the last time you drank?
Like a month. No, more than a month ago.
More than a month ago? Okay. So you were completely sober last night?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if you drink? Does that just...
I get violated and I get locked up.
Okay. Would that document if you were drinking last night? Like if we went and pulled
Yeah.
Because we can call and be like, hey,
Yeah.
We're investigating this. We just want to make sure he wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And they'd say, yeah, he was, it's zeros. Okay. Okay. If, God forbid, you said you were drinking, or your kids say you were drinking last night and you're telling me you're not, it's one really easy way to figure that out, and that's just calling them and be like, hey, I'm getting 2 different stories here. What does the device say? And if they say, says he wasn't drinking, it's like, well, then I believe, it just shows that you're being truthful,
No, yeah,
which is good for your credibility talking to the police. You know what I mean?
I give my permission for you to call my probation officer, or the guy is called
Okay.
From Scram. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Scram alcohol monitor. Something.
Okay. So completely sober last night.
As officers leave him alone in the interview
Well, at
room
least
and
he's
step
sticking
away
with
to
it.
hear the children's side of the story, Christian's anxiety begins to build. Every passing moment feels heavier as he waits, unsure of what officers are about to uncover.
I'll let you do that, okay? Just sit tight. Give me like 20 minutes, okay? Just give me 20 minutes. What medicine?
Anxiety medicine.
What to do? Okay. Alright. Just relax, alright? Give me a minute.
Can you not close the door, bro? Can you just leave it like that?
Yeah, I can leave it cracked. Have a seat over there. So yeah, the reason you're still here is because your kids are giving us a different story than what you're telling me. So, I mean, they're saying that hot sauce was used, that you hit her, but they're saying a little more hot sauce than what you're telling me.
No, I didn't put more hot sauce than that, bro.
I mean, how big is the... and how much did you use? Did you, put it on her mouth like this?
No, bro.
No?
That's the only one I have open. I use it on my hot dog. It's not even. It's more than halfway full.
Did she go to the bathroom after you put the hot sauce on her?
Yeah, she just went to go get some toilet paper. That's it.
Okay.
And then she went back to the kitchen and drank some. She tried drinking some water. That's it. I didn't hit him hard, bro.
Okay. Was she? Did she puke at all?
I didn't see her puking.
Did you hear her puke at all?
I just seen her spitting on the sink. That's it.
Okay. In the bathroom?
Not in the bathroom, in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. All right. We'll call your mom and put her on speaker.
Okay.
All right. You speak Spanish with her, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand Spanish, so.
Okay, so the kids are saying that it's taking longer, that he put even more, like put a lot more hot sauce. But then again, they're kids and they'll exaggerate. I mean, I can imagine a child, and this has got to be the most difficult part about it, because I can imagine a child thinking that they were throwing up if they're just like spitting and saying, oh, you know, the hot sauce is unbearable pain and I was dying and stuff. So, God, this is... we can't hear the kids' side of the story because, you know, for some reason.
Hello?
Hey.
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 Where are you?
The police station, they arrested me.
The one in the line?
Yeah.
What did they say?
I don't know. They're talking to the girls. Hey, you don't think you could bring my medicine? Not the blue ones or the pink ones. It's the little white ones. I don't know if you're going to be able to find them because I hit them.
Did they let you out already or not yet?
No, they're going to keep me. I'm probably going to go to jail, dude. Yeah. I don't know. The girls making up stuff. They're saying that I hit them hard, that I made them bleed, and then only put a... You seen I only put a little drop of hot sauce on her mouth, and then I only hit her in her butt once.
It's nothing personal. It's we have to do our due diligence, and we have laws that we have to abide by. And when children are saying this stuff, we have to
take
it.
And then the girls, when there's people right there talking to them, bro, then, you know, like, they get all cheesy or like, oh, yeah, you know, like, they start making shit up, bro.
I know. I know. We deal with this all the time. The kids make stuff up, and then, you know, we bring them and interview them, and they say completely different things than what they told us initially. So we have to interview all the kids, anyone that saw anything that possibly happened, and then go from there. And that's what they're doing. And it takes a minute. It's not going to be quick. All right.
Yep. Hurry up and wait, man.
Later, officers charged Christian with aggravated battery to a child, aggravated battery to a peace officer, 2 counts of domestic battery, resisting a peace officer. Prosecutors...
I can imagine that out of all of that, the resisting probably was what stuck. The aggravated battery to a police officer.
2 counts of domestic battery, resisting a peace.
Now, this sounds a lot worse than it could potentially be. Like, aggravated battery to a child sounds terrible. But if there is a no corporal punishment situation, or state, I should say, then like even just giving a small little spank to your kid could constitute as that. Aggravated battery to a peace officer, I mean, you could burp on a police officer and get the same charge. 2 counts of domestic battery, I would assume that's going to be for the spanking and then the hot sauce. And resisting a peace officer, I mean, obviously was him like not letting the female officer detain him and all that shit. I don't know, just from the small amount that from what it sounds like is that he disciplined his kid, but just in an unconventional way, right? The hot sauce and all that. And unfortunately, the kids are the ones who have the most belief given to them in these situations, both fortunate and unfortunate, because it's one of those things where kids could just be making something up or mounting out of a molehill or something like that. And I wish we saw more. Like, I wish we saw like what the kids were saying about the whole situation.
Peace officer. Prosecutors say the victim reported ongoing pain and fear inside the home, while investigators noted corroborating statements from a sibling and prior criminal history involving violence. What's your take on situations like this? Share your thoughts.
I mean, my take on what's happening here, it's okay, so investigators noted corroborating statements from a sibling and prior criminal history involving violence. Now, if you have let's say you have an aggravated battery charge because you got into a bar fight, does that correlate to child abuse. Oh, well, you've shown you've been violent before, but yeah, but what's the situation essentially? I don't know. There's not enough information here for me to turn around and be like, yeah, this dude's obviously a child, abuser. It sounds like he's got a mouthy kid, and he has some unconventional, he's got his demons with alcohol, but he's got some unconventional ways to like parent or to discipline, and the kid is kind of going full throttle with it. But that's just what I'm getting from the small amount. We didn't even get to hear the kid's side of it. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think could possibly be going on with the limited information that we have? Okay, guys, I've been Complexity. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one.